What's up, goblins, and welcome back to Dwarves, Glory, Death, and Loot. Yes, I'm finally back from my trip to Vietnam, and I have so many things to tell you today. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna tell you a lot about my vacation, play a little bit of Dwarves here in the background, and this will also be a little bit shorter than usual, still only like 30 minutes, but I'm so glad that I'm finally here and I can play stuff for you. So, what do we do here? Okay, we have 4 legendary me 3. Alright, for you it's only a few days since the last episode, but for me it's more than a month, so give me a moment. Okay, we have stamina and life regeneration here. I intended to give you 10% intelligence and 10% strength. Alright, you also have life reg here. Probably 10% stamina and 10% strength. You have thorn mates with Kakapo. Okay, I see where this is going. Then we have our warlocks with dex, intelligence, and another intelligence. I was thinking, yes, I was thinking about giving my warlocks, instead of dexterity, also stamina, and then also life regeneration for the knighthoods. Because the thing with dexterity is, yes, it does increase their attack, their attack speed a little bit. But in the end, if we don't go really for 10% dexterity extra, I'm not sure if this is worth it, actually. And also, they do not benefit, you can see this here if we hover over them, they do not benefit from dexterity in a way that they get more damage. It's just that they have a little bit more attack speed going on there. So I'm not sure. Maybe I should really change this to stamina and then also 4% life regeneration. Okay, but yeah, anyway, my trip. What was it? For everyone who doesn't know, I was in Vietnam for 1 whole month. That's why you saw lately such few episodes from me. And the trip was great. So we started by flying to Ho Chi Minh City. Ho Chi Minh City is the greatest city in Vietnam with like, I think 12 million people or so. So it's really huge. It's not the capital. It's not the capital of Vietnam, but it's definitely the biggest city there. And man, this city is so crazy. The first thing I saw when we went out of the airport was billions of motorbikes. They have so many motorbikes. And they really drive like completely crazy, like there's no rules. Except for traffic lights. For some reason, they do care about traffic lights, but everything else, they just don't care. They don't, if they fly exactly, if they drive around the corner, they don't even look. Man, this is so crazy. Motorbikes, yeah. And I've tasted so many delicious food things. Especially, I was very surprised that they have so many and such cheap fruit stands all around. So on every corner you can see a stand with fresh fruit, fresh juice, like orange juice or pineapple or something like this. It's just great. This is something I will really miss here in Germany, because in Germany you never have this. You'll never ever have a stand around the corner, except for if you go to a local market or something. Then you also see something like this. Of course, with different kinds of fruits, not with pineapples and oranges, but yeah. This is something that's really crazy. And not only fruits, they have stands for like everything. So basically what I've learned, if you go to Vietnam and you make a vacation there, also Vietnamese people, if they make a vacation in Vietnam somewhere, they never cook. They always go out for eating, always. Like, they never cook. This is something very unusual, because here in Europe, from what I remember, if I was out with my family, we always had something, or not always, but most times something to cook, or at least that we made our breakfast ourselves or something like this. But in Vietnam, no. You eat 3 times a day, always hot, and you always go out either to a restaurant or to a stand. And it's also very cheap, you have to say. So it's only a few euros for a whole meal. Okay, I don't really care about any of you. Let's take this and then sell it. Okay. Yes. Oh boy, it's so hard to talk about my vacation here and focus on my gameplay here in the background. But yeah, okay, where was I? So yeah, we were around 10 days in Ho Chi Minh City. Mostly to visit the family of my girlfriend. This was the first time I met them in person after 3 years. First time I ever saw them. So that was great. There's not a lot more to see in Ho Chi Minh City. It's just really a big city. I mean, of course, if you have such a big city, there are some attractions you can visit or so, but it's not like Hanoi, for example, which is also the next location I was to. So Hanoi has a lot of just historic buildings. Like, for example, we visited the oldest university that existed in Vietnam for like almost 1,000 years now. It was founded in 1070. So like I was very surprised. I don't think that we have such old university somewhere here in Europe. I was very surprised that they already had a university in like 11th century. That's crazy. Okay, I want to pick you. And yeah, Hanoi, by the way, is also the capital. It's also a very large city, also with a few million people, but less than Ho Chi Minh City. And yeah, they have so many historic buildings, like this university, or we also visited the castle where kings reigned in past centuries and so on. So right now they don't have a king anymore. They are a communistic country led by, I think, one party. I'm not really sure about politics there. But yeah, they don't have a king since around 100 years or so. But they still have so many intact buildings there. It's really surprising. And we've been there for, not for too long, maybe 4 days in total, 4 or 5 days. Yeah, 4 or 5 days. After that, we were driving to a mountain region. It's called Hayang. And from there on, we also went to Dong Van. And that's where we spent around another week. And the best thing I remember about this spot is, no joke, the strawberries. We were collecting strawberries there for ourselves. It's also pretty cheap, like, I don't know, 5 euros per 500 grams or so. You can just go to a field there and collect them for yourself. And they were, that was so surprising to me. They were the best strawberries in my life. They were so strawberry-ish from their taste, and so juicy, and it's just great, really. Trust me. This was crazy. And we've been there. Actually, we didn't even want to go there. It was like our homestay host just said, oh, by the way, you can also collect strawberries. Do you want to go there this afternoon? We were like, yes, of course. That's how we found out. And then we went there, and it was so good that we immediately went there the next day again. And we've ate, like, I don't know, 1 kilogram of strawberries in 1 day. That was crazy. Yeah. It's also a very, very good location. So Dongwan, if you want to go there, very, very good location to hike in the mountains. Absolutely beautiful. I think I also shared one of my pictures from this region on my Discord server. If you want to see this, you can find this somewhere in the general discussion tab, I think. But yeah, very good to hike. Very, very nice strawberries. I will never forget this taste, really. And this is also one of the northest points of Vietnam. So I was literally standing at the Chinese border already, and I was able to see on one from one point there, the highest, not the highest point in Vietnam, but the highest, what was it, viewing point, attraction point or something like this in the north, with a great view on a big temple and also on the mountains. That was also great. So many things. So many things. Let's see. I do see some executions here. I also hope that our blood necklace kicks in here from time to time. Let's take a look on that. Yeah, it does. It does. Nice. Yeah, I kind of lost what I wanted to tell you. Let's dismantle you. Yes, we were in Dong1 on the biggest or on the highest point there. Viewing point. Ooh, we have some warlocks here. I'm telling you, playing and talking about vacation is not a good combination. Okay, that's for you, that's for you, that's for you, that's for my backline. Do you also sometimes trigger your blueberries? I think yes, but I'm not sure. Nah, I hope so. Oh, look at him. He's almost leveled up. Wait. We can do that. This grants him wisdom, stamina, and dexterity. That's good. That's for leveling you up. And what do I want to do? Level you up. Yes. All right. It also seems we completed a task here. Nice. Also, I'm very sorry that my commentary style today is complete chaos. I know that. It's just I have so many things to tell you. But it's also so hard to focus on both at once. Okay, where was I? Yes. Northest point of Vietnam. That's where we visited. Then we were driving back to Hanoi, to the capital. Watched a few more attraction sites there. Yes, yes, yes. And after that, what did we do after that? Yes, we went further to Da Nang. Da Nang is very, very well known in Vietnam. Very, yeah, good spot for making vacation there. A lot of tourists. And this is right next to a beach, which was great. Yes, so we had some like 5 days or so of beach vacation there also. And we went there by train, and by train it was like, that was crazy. We went there overnight, 17 hours by train. But there was so many things to see. I also have some pictures from the train where you were able to see like some mountains, and right next to it then the Pacific Ocean. That was also very, very nice. So I was very glad that we didn't fly there by plane, because you were able to see so many things there. Do I want to have another Thorn Mail? I'd say yes. Yes, 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 yes. Exactly, Da Nang, Da Nang. And from Da Nang, we also traveled to Hoi An. Hoi An is very close to Da Nang, so like 90 kilometers, it's not a lot. And yeah, most of our time we spent in Hoi An, not in Da Nang, by the way. And there is also a great spot for making vacation, and they have it's also right next to the beach. They also have a very large river with lots of attractions. You can just drive there with boat and so on, of course. And they are very well known for their lanterns. So they have lanterns all over their city, really. Every single street is Lantern Street. It's crazy. Especially in their, how is it called in English? Ancient city? Like, I don't know. I'm just gonna call it like this. And yeah, it's extremely full with tourists, even though this is not the main season for tourism, but it was filled with tourists, but I can really understand that it's so beautiful there. Beach, however, where we went was surprisingly empty. So the beach was very, very empty and very nice to swim there. All right. I still got some shells from there. I'm not sure if this is even allowed in Vietnam to take them back to Germany. But I don't care. No one caught me, it seems. Okay. They're also very tiny, so tiny but very beautiful. Huh? Some snail shells, I say. I think it's snail. Yes. And they have a very pinky to red color, but very intense. I have them right now in my hands. Maybe I'm gonna share you a photo of this on my Discord as well, if you want to see it. Let me know in the comments. Okay, so no, okay. I almost dropped them, and if I drop them, they are so tiny, I'm afraid I cannot find them again. Yes, my flat, I have to say, is also a mess now. But I already cleaned up quite a lot today. Wait. That's the pure chaos. Everything is chaos after 1 month gone. Maybe it's partially also because I didn't really clean up before I had vacation, but yeah. I was like, I can do that later. Now I have to go to my trip. Yeah, I kinda want to find more Me3 here. Yeah, you. The Dragon Keeper. I'm not sure if we want to fight the Dragon Keeper. I'm a little bit afraid of him because his Avatar of Fire is pretty strong, as we know. And he also comes in with some Frost Orcs, which will cause some problems here. Let's see. Genau, ultimate. Alright, seems fine. No problem on this flank. So yeah, the blueberries of my frontliners seem to trigger very frequently. But not so much of my backliners. Please, get hit more. Let yourself get hit. Oh. We have over 1 million gold, which means I definitely have enough here to upgrade the shop. Alright, what are the chances for stuff here? 0.8 for Mythic, 3% for Legendary. 3% for Legendary is not bad. Also, more than 1 out of 5 items is at least Epic. 1 out of 4 even. Oh, that's crazy. That's very, very, very good. Okay, do we have enough Mithril here? No, not really. I wanted to start by, I remember that, I wanted to start by giving everyone life regeneration first before I do anything else here. And that's why I need some mythic Mithril here. I don't think we collected enough here though. Maybe? Yeah, actually we did. We can upgrade one to mythic. Plus, but this is not the correct debuff duration. Ooh. I can also see myself taking debuff duration for my warlocks. Does it make Does it make sense even? This is only good for stacking more fear on my enemies. And fear results, because of my ultimate nightmare, in a lot of damage. Because the more stacks of fear an enemy has, the more damage this nightmare ultimate of my warlocks does. But I think, on the other hand, it's not worth it because we have so much dark damage, and especially with our runes here. Where is this? Fear. Here, dark damage increases. No, for each stack of fear. Don't we also have an increased chance to apply fear? Here. Fear of the Dark. Dark damage has a 56% chance to apply fear for 10 seconds, yeah. And I think this is already enough, because we have so much dark damage. I mean, the dark damage of our warlocks alone is probably enough to always max this out to the cap here. Also because they have so many support from the Reapers here. Yeah, I think this is enough. I don't really need more debuff duration here. So I think I really go for stamina here. Knighthood stamina. I will completely, yes, dismantle them and then upgrade them from scratch here. And then we give them some life regeneration. Because what I see here, I mean, my approach for life regeneration for my warlocks was to give them lifesteal for bleeding targets. But this is not working as intended. So we also don't have so many sources for bleeding. We have the thorn mails and then our blood necklace, but yeah. Mediocre at the best, I'd say. Ooh, another 200k, but this time 3 times mage. Ice mage bodyguard. Okay, let's go. I kind of forgot to talk about my vacation further, because this was not the end. From Hoi Ang, we went back to Da Nang and we had a very nice day there in a cave. And this cave was earlier, also for a few hundred years already, a temple for their cultures. Or their, not cultures, religions from different cultures. That's what I wanted to say. Because this part of Vietnam didn't always belong to Vietnam. It was, before that, it was called, what was it? Jamba Kingdom or something like this. So another, the Jamba, by the way, is an ethnic minority right now in Vietnam. And this was another very powerful kingdom there. But Vietnam at some point took over this. And then, of course, they also brought their religion. And like every culture that lived there had their religion in this one cave. So you can see different kinds of temples there. And interestingly, they haven't really interfered with the other temples. I don't know how to say this. I was expecting that if you go to a location and then you find some foreign temple from some foreign deities, you might just crash it or something like this. I think that's what Christians would probably do. At least in, I mean, not now, but in these dark days. In the Middle Age, they probably did that. But they just let everything intact there. Very interesting to see these different religions right next to each other. And that was also basically our trip. We then also went back to Ho Chi Minh once more to see the family again for like 5 days or so. And that was the end of my trip. Yeah, if you want to know more, feel free to ask me everything you want in the comments. Or on my Discord, of course. I'm not sure if this is very boring for you, all this vacation talk. Because usually I, of course, always talk about gaming in the background. And not so much about vacation stuff. Okay. Let's go. I really just dismantled this, to be honest. I don't care. More gems. Oh, one more funny thing. I actually bought Dwarves on mobile. Only for this vacation. But I rarely played it. Like only 1 or 2 times. Very funny. So I was expecting to play this every time we travel somewhere. Because I already knew that we're gonna fly some few times, also very long, and then also travel by train, of course. But I never had the chance. I always either talked to someone or I was just sleeping. So I never really had the chance to play it. But yeah, there I have right now, what was it? On my mobile version, I started to run there with, I think, this battle rune here, the Celestial Arrows battle rune. That's what my lineup's about right now. And I came surprisingly far, given the fact that I don't have anything unlocked there. So on mobile, of course, I had to start from scratch. I don't have any of my runes here in my rune circle. So I really had to start from 0. And I think I was... Before I stopped playing, I hit like 200 victories or so. Not bad for like first or second run. Not sure. Okay, let's focus on this gameplay here now. I wanted to upgrade my Mythic part to Mythic Plus. So please, but not here, because this is not the correct region. We don't have the right modifiers here. I am looking for life regeneration modifiers. So we want to go in here. I'm so glad to be back in the game here. To have a PC again. Yeah, I really missed YouTube. I mean, it's not so much that I missed gaming itself, but kind of making videos I missed a lot. More than I expected. Like, I thought it's the other way around. I thought I'm gonna miss just casual gaming, but I didn't really miss casual gaming. I really missed making videos. That's very interesting. Wait, I'm in the right... Yes, I am. Okay, so we go for life regeneration here. That's for you. Another one with life regeneration. Yes. Thorns, no. Yes, I was also thinking about thorns, I remember. For you. But the thing is this really worth it? The upside of giving thorns to my reapers is two things. First, we do apply more bleeding to enemies, which is good for the blood necklace, of course, because then this triggers more often. And it's also good for our warlocks, because then they have more lifesteal, at least in theory. Even though I don't really think this makes a lot of difference, to be honest. But yeah, in theory, they have a little bit more of lifesteal then. And the biggest benefit, I think, could come from the Blood Hunters formation, of course. At least 80% of dwarves have a chance to cause bleeding. This also means that we need to give at least one of our warlocks also some item or also another thorn upgrade or something, so they can also cause bleeding. Because we only have 7 frontliners, that's not enough to activate the Blood Hunters formation. But if we do that, and we have this Blood Hunters formation active, you know that I'm a big fan of this. We deal 30% increased damage and 10% life leech against bleeding targets. I mean, that's huge. Plus this 100% chance to remove the debuff on ultimate activation, which is also nice. This is huge, so we could go for it. But this, of course, also means that we have to either upgrade the Crimson Scythe or the Shoulder Guards for Thorns instead of 10% intelligence or 10% strength, which will greatly reduce our damage output. So 10% extra intelligence or strength is huge, especially if we take a look on our Reapers here. See, if we go for 10% intelligence right now, that's already an increase of like 30 intelligence just by this one stat. 30 intelligence. Same goes for strength, or almost like this. So that's very, very crazy. And Thorns, I mean, they really don't do anything for us except for activating the Blood Hunters formation. So let's be honest. If we take, what is this? 5% Thorns here on our Reapers, they just don't benefit from this. It's just useless, basically, for them. So I'm not sure. What I'm sure about is that I want to upgrade my shop further. Yeah, just give it 2 upgrades in a row. Who cares? I have so much money. Money, 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 money. Money. Money, money. Mithril. Yes. Okay, let's go in here. I don't want an ambush with elite orc reapers, so let's go in here. I'm already watching our HP bar here. It does drop from time to time, so yeah, I think that's mostly damage for our backline here, what we are seeing there, because they don't really have any way to heal up again. Wait, I can... Yes, dismantle you. I don't need any of this. Yeah, but this would also be a method, right? To give a ring of blood to one of my warlocks. Okay, let's go. I'm just gonna take it. I will store it over here. I think I don't had a ring of blood yet. Yes. I was still able to remember this. Can you believe that? After 1 month, my brain is still working. That's good. All right. And I think the next fight is already for the next episode. Because we hit the 30-minute mark just now. So please let me know in the comments what you think about my vacation, of course, and my lineup here so far. And yeah, just let me know in the comments or on my Discord server. And I see you next time. Bye bye.